Hi, my name is Megan. This is the first workout video. We're going to start with a warm-up. We've got 3 circuits that are pretty easy and a cool down finishing with stretching. So in our warm-up, we're going to do squats, lateral lunges, gates, inchworms, heel up and grab, and knee up and grab. So we'll start with that. First one, we're going to start with a squat and make sure that we're keeping everything in line. We're going to try not to lean forward, but we're going to try and stay in a line. So we're going to do 10 of those. Keeping your weight in your heels, kind of sitting back. Then we're going to do our lunges. We're going to start with a wider base. Lean out. 1. We're going to do 5 on each side. Good. And with these, it's easier to do a squat if your hips are flexible, which mine are not. So I can't get as far down as some people, but we're going to at least try to get to 90 degrees. And then we're going to do gates. So I like to reach down for the ground to see if I can get lower. A lot of times that doesn't work, but we'll do 10 of those. Keeping our chest up. Two more. And then we've got inchworms. We're going to reach down. This kind of stretches out hamstrings and calves to plank position and back up. And feel that stretch. And we've got knee up and grabs. So this is just a little bit more stretching. So we're going to grab and pull up each side about 5 times. So stretch out your hip flexors a little bit. We'll do one more. That's just a quick warm up. There are a lot of other things that you can do, but we're going to move on to our first circuit. We're going to focus on arms in the circuit, starting with tricep dips. So I'm going to use a chair since I don't have a gym. So I'm going to do 10 of these. And you can use or bend your legs. For an easier tricep dip, you're going to focus on keeping your arms at 90 degrees. If that's too easy, you can straighten your legs. So we're going to do 10. And 10. The next thing I have is face pulls. And again, I'm going to be using a chair. I'm going to be using a band. If you don't have these at home, you can use soup cans and stuff and pull up this way. But I do have a band. And I attached it to this chair. I'm just going to hold my foot here so my chair doesn't tip over. But we're going to pull up to our nose and keep our shoulders flat, or our elbows flat. And when you pull up, you're going to pinch your shoulder blades in the back. Get that full range. So I have 10 of those. Then last part of the circuit is our prone swimmers. So I'm going to move down here a little bit. So we're going to start laying on the ground. And you're going to keep your elbows on your back. Instead of keeping your hands on your back, face up. And your elbows are going to be lifted up. And your shoulders are lifted up as well. And you're basically just going to swing around. And that's 1. 4. 8, 9, 10. And we're going to start back over from where we started with our tricep dips. We have 10 of those. 90 degrees. This will focus on your tricep area and along your shoulders as well. Same thing with our banded nose pulls. I'm going to do 10 of these. And back down for our swimmers. And we're going to put our hands face up on our back, shoulders up and elbows up. And swing around, try not to touch your hands or anything to the ground. As you get through, it'll start to feel a little bit harder. Make sure we're hydrating, taking water. And we're on to our last set in our first circuit. So we've got our 10 tricep dips. And since my shoulders are a little bit sore, I'm going to move into the seating position. Looks the same, just with legs bent. Nine, 10. And banded face pulls. Same thing that we've been doing. Pull up to our nose, elbows flat. And then our swimmers. Keeping shoulders up, elbows up, reach around. Not to touch the ground. And it does get harder as you get through it. Then we're moving on to circuit 2. We've got banded lateral steps, glute bridges with a 3-second hold, a Bulgarian split squat with a 3-second hold, and clamshells. And for our split squats, I'm going to use laundry baskets. You can use a couch or anything like that. Again, if you don't have bands for the banded lateral stretches or the clamshells, you don't have to use them. I'm going to move the basket over here. I'm going to move the chair over here. We don't need that anymore. So for our first one, we have banded lateral steps. And in this circuit, we've got 3 by 10 for each of them. So we're going to hold this around your ankles. And you could do consecutive right step, consecutive left step, or you can alternate, and I like to alternate my steps. So I'm going to be doing right, left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And with these, you don't want to be standing straight up. Makes it a little bit more difficult. And you don't target the right muscles, so you can have a little bit of a bend in your knee. Standing straight up, you don't have to have your hands on your waist, but I like to just step like this. So that's our first set. And then we have a glute bridge. So we're going to be laying down. And we have a 3-second hold at the top. So you can put your hands down to the side. And you're going to lift up, hold 1, 2, 3, and you're going to squeeze down. 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, squeezing your glutes, 5, 2, 3. You want to make sure your body's in a straight line while you're doing this. 2, 3, 8, 9, and 10. And in between, you don't want to take too long of a rest. So that's our 10. We have our Bulgarian split squats. You can do this with weight or without. We're going to do our right leg first. So you're going to have back foot on this, on your raised surface, a couch, laundry baskets in my case, a chair. And it's the same thing as our squat, it's just a single leg. You can hold a weight here if you would like. We're going to make sure we're going to go down to 90 degrees and kind of tap. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's moved a little bit on me. I'm going to switch sides. Set the other leg up. Do the same thing on the other side. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we are doing our clamshells. So I'm going to be using this band. And we're going to make sure to do 10 on each side. So we're going to bring our band up to just above the knee, leaning on our side. Just kind of prep yourself up. You could do it lying down or up like this. I'm going to do mine down. The easier one is down. Let's start with this. Just pull up to the top. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch sides. Same thing. 4, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You should feel this in your glutes, which is a big focus of this workout. So we're going to begin again with our banded side steps. So each different colored band has a different weight to it. We're going to do 10 of these each side. Glute bridges. So we're going to hold at the top for 3 seconds. Make sure our body's in a straight line. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Squeezing at the top. And then split squats again. So resting one foot behind. Step out. Do 90 degrees. Switch. You can make this more challenging by holding your lunge here. Good. And then our clamshells. Down right above the knee. Let's stack your feet on top of each other. Switch. And 10. And grab a drink of water. And then start our last set. Yeah, our banded step parts. And our glute bridges. Five. And 10. And we have have our lunges. See if I can keep this in place. A little bit more. And keep that 90 degrees without your knees going in front of your toes. More. And 10. Switch your sides. And 10. And then our clamshells to finish. Seven. And 10. Other side. 8, 9, and 10. And that's the end of our second circuit. So now we're going to be moving on to abs, and we have a supine leg raise with a slow lower, heel touches, and a 30-second plank. So we're going to begin with our supine raises, and I'm going to use a chair just to hold on to. You can place your arms down next to you to the side, or hold on to something above, and I like to hold above. So with our supine raises, squeeze the abs and lift your legs up, and then slow lower. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10. And moving on, we have our heel taps. So you can either make it harder on yourself by keeping your feet narrow, or make it easier by separating them more. So I'm going to go somewhere in the middle, about shoulder width apart, and have your heels closer to your butt so you can reach them. Lay down. You're going to squeeze your abs and lift up a little bit, and tap. 3, 10 each side. Good. And then lastly, we have a 30-second plank. 30-second timer. And go for 30 seconds. And with a plank, you can either do a high plank, which would be shoulders on top of elbows on top of wrists, squeezing your abs, or you can do a low plank, which is down here, and kind of same position, shoulders over elbows, and keep your back flat. So we're going to hold for 30. About halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Then we're going to start back over with our leg raises. Slowly. And 10. Then our heel taps. Move this. Good. And then our 30-second plank. My dog's going to join us. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that is our second set. So we've got one more finish, and then we'll finish with our stretches. So we're starting with our supine leg raise. Make sure you're breathing. And our heel touches. then finishing with our 30-second. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then to finish, we have our stretches. So we're going to begin with shoulders. We have the water in between here if you need it. So we're going to reach up, stretch, switch, and we have up front. And switch. No. And then we're going to move on to legs. Starting up here. And you don't want to bounce too much into these. Kind of want to start a little bit higher. And as you warm up into it, you're going to kind of dig deeper into it. So stretch the front here. And we'll be stretching hip flexors. You can do this with a support if you need it. And then kind of leaning back and stretching your hamstring. Feel a deeper pull if you lean forward, toe. And switch sides. You're going to make sure your back is straight during this so you can feel the right stretch. Like I said, try not to do any of the bouncing. I just want one singular stretch, and as you warm up, get lower into it. Feel it in your hip flexors, quads. Step back for your hamstring. Point your toe. Moving forward to feel a deeper stretch. Then we're going to move on to spinal twist. And you're going to start with one leg straight, one leg bent, and then turn away from your bent leg. Now pull your back. Try and keep as upright as possible. Stretch that back. Switch. Pull away. Then one last stretch I like to do for a low back is you're going to lay on your stomach and have your arms out kind of in a T shape to either side, and lift one leg and pull it over. Definitely helps crack your back as well. Stretch out the sides of your stomach. Switch. One more time. that is the end of the workout. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you later.